Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Corporate Socialite Budgets. In this video, I will be budgeting for April. I'm technically still in March because I did get paid early, but I wanted to go ahead and switch everything over to April and kind of clean up my March budget because March was kind of tough. I'm not even gonna lie, I am preparing for my birthday trip and it seems like so much has been kind of smacking me with all of the March birthdays I've had, as well as just preparing for the trip and getting everything together for that. So I did have to kind of spend and move things around, unfortunately, but I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up before moving over to April. So for starters, I tapped already into my grocery budget for April technically. So what I'm gonna do is just clean this up from my monthly rollover and just kind of use whatever else I would have used for grocery in April, if that makes sense. I hope you guys can keep up because I'm still kind of getting acclimated with the 1 month ahead buffer and, you know, making things make sense here. And then there was another overspend, which was in my socialiting tab. And this was just for beauty services. So I hadn't planned for the deposits for the different like beauty appointments I would need prior to the trip. So I did go ahead and spend that. But what I'm going to do is allow that to just roll over into April and deduct itself from the ready to assign, just because I don't want to take that from any other category because everything's kind of just right as far as numbers go. So I don't really want to move too much around. And let's see, well, you know what, I can just do it like this, ready to assign, just take that out. All right, that's cool. And lastly, there was an overspend in parking. So I definitely don't think I'm accounting for enough days in the office, but that is a complete different story because that one just hasn't been with a set routine in general. So who really knows? Okay, cool. So I think that covers most of the overspends or all of the overspends. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to April. So there have been some updates after kind of sitting through or looking through my budget and living through March and having 1 month ahead budget for 1 full month. I've realized that I'm not allocating enough toward my 1 month ahead buffer. So I have decided to go ahead and increase the buffer to $2,100 because I mentioned in the last videos that I hadn't accounted for the second half of the month for groceries, fun money, and those different expenses. And I was deciding to just kind of take that away from whatever money I had left. And I just didn't like that idea. I'd rather just be sure that all of my expenses are covered and then whatever else can just go into a sinking fund or toward credit card pay down. Let's see how I'm going to do this. So now I'm going to need to add $1,050 to the monthly rollover each paycheck. And that should bring me to $2,100 by the start of the next month. So I think that should be okay. But what I'm going to do here is go ahead and add, you know what? I'm going to move this to ready to assign. Yeah. I'm still learning how to do this, guys. And then I'm going to add the 1,050. Okay, I think that makes sense. We will see if it doesn't make sense as I kind of get through the budget. I think that looks good to me. Yeah. Okay. So for starters, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my credit card pay down status. So just a forewarning, this month I had to tap into one of my credit cards just slightly, the Capital One card, just to kind of get me through the past week and a half or so. That's why I realized that I needed to add more to my month ahead budget because it just wasn't enough to kind of cover the different expenses that I typically account for. So my Capital One card went down about 65%, and about $100 is remaining as far as the balance goes. And then Discover stayed exactly the same. And you guys know that Ashley Furniture and Fifth Third's credit cards have been paid off. So that works out. So before doing anything, I want to go ahead and bring the spinner wheel up. Okay guys, so this is the first ever time that the spinner has landed on $100, and typically the total amount that I put into the credit card and or emergency fund is $100. And of course you guys know that the greater part of the 100 will go into the credit card, and then the lesser half will go into the emergency fund. So this time around everything is going into the credit card, so $100 is pretty much the balance of Capital One. So I'm going to add that in there. And the minimum payments for both Fifth Third, Ashley Furniture, and Capital One will go into Discover. But what I'm going to do is just add in 25 for each, just so I can keep track of what I'm doing here. Then I'm going to do 25 there just to keep tabs of it. And I think I typically I'm going to add 25 here as well. So basically $100 is going to go into Discover this time around as well. So that's major. I'm excited about that. I'm happy to start kind of crushing these credit cards down and feeling a lot more free financially. So that's cool to me. All right, so I'm going to skip sinking funds for now because that category group is kind of a hot mess. I had to kind of rearrange a lot of the funds in there, but I will come back to that. So what I'm going to do is check mark all of the categories other than Baddie on the bus and gas, and then just do spent last month. Okay, now I need to double check because I always forget to double check. So I'm going to take $10 away from that. Last month I had to pay for 2 months, and I think Duke Energy should be okay. Car note is good. Auto insurance is fine. Renter's insurance is good. Okay, everything else is good. Okay, and then we have Baddie on the bus, and that one is going to get... Okay, so technically I only will be at work for a few days next week because I will be out of town the following week. So what I'm going to do is just assign, I'm going to do 8. Oh guys, I almost forgot that the parking garage that I park at is only discounted until the end of March. So I'm thinking by the time I return back to work next week, the parking price will shoot up from $8 to $18. So I might have to start commuting to work earlier to get to the $8 garage. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna do $8 for 3 times 3 days. Yeah, I think that should be fine because I'm probably gonna work remote on Monday and Friday. Yeah, okay. I think that's good. And then the next week I will be out of town. And gas is crazy, guys. When is it going to go down again? If ever. So I'm thinking I need to do 35 in gas these days. Oh, and then there has been an Uber incentive that was pushed out yesterday. And if you complete 10 Uber trips, you will get an instant $100 on top of whatever earnings you make from completing those trips. So that's definitely an incentive that I think I want to go ahead and take advantage of just because the trip is coming up and I still have expenses that have not technically been paid for just yet, but we will get there. Okay, so all of my essentials are covered. So Fifth Third interest is okay. I'm debating whether or not I still need Audible or want Audible because I'm not getting through books fast enough. But you only can pause it for like once a year, and I've already paused it technically, and I still have too many credits to cancel it because I don't want to lose those. But I'm really considering, you know, taking advantage of all of the credits and then just canceling it because I'm really not reading enough books or listening to enough books. Yeah, so that's something I might consider by next month. Okay, so I'm going to highlight all of these and then do spent last month. Let me make sure these are right. So yeah, I think these look good. And then I have another subscription. I actually might need to add that in, which I will. Curology is, I don't even know the day that it comes out, but I'll just keep tabs of it. But I do believe it's $40. Oh my goodness. I have no idea when it comes out, so I'm going to just add it to the bottom of the list. But it's only every other month, so I'm fine with that. I at first signed up for the $20 subscription, and then they decided to eliminate the $20 subscription from their like platform altogether. So now everyone has to get the $40 subscription. But I've been using it for about 2 months now, I believe. Yeah. And I kind of just want to keep going. I'm starting to see improvements in my skin. Oh, by the way, Curology is it's a skincare subscription. And the first month was $5, which of course was the reason I decided to sign up. And one of my coworkers had good results from Curology, so I gave it a try. And the second month I spent $20 on it, and then I paid $40 the month after that. I think I'm kind of mixing up my months at this point, so I'm gonna add in the $40. I cannot believe this. This is truly Baddie on a budget / broke Baddie on a budget. Ay. Okay, let's get to the other stuff. So I'm good here. Socialiting, I want to go ahead and add in dining out. And I was just telling my boyfriend that for the next week and a half before the trip, I don't want to dine out. I just kind of want to grind out and save money and or make money. But I'm going to just add it in here as a cushion in case I do decide to do that. I won't do bars, and I'll come back to beauty services because I do think I skipped a tab. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but this is how my life is currently feeling. So groceries, I've already spent 38 of the dollars of the 70, so I'm just going to do 70 minus 38. So that gives me 32. Fun money, food on the run. You know what? I'm going to do this individually. So 70 for fun money, 25 for food on the run. Ooh, jet setting, I absolutely have to come back to. And I'm thinking we'll see about home goodies. I might have to change that. And I'm going to go ahead and add $10 for laundry. Seeing my check dwindle, even though I have a buffer, is still just as nerve-wracking as if I were budgeting paycheck to paycheck. It's almost as if I need to budget 2 months ahead. But I can't even think that far, really. Okay, let's see here. So now I'm going to jump to the things that I absolutely need to make sure I cover. And I don't think I have enough to do so. So I'm going to try not to freak out over here. So for the cruise, I mentioned that my boyfriend and I decided to do the drinking package on the boat. So he's completely covered his part of the package. And then we've also decided to add 2 excursions to the trip. And he's pretty much completely paid for that part as well. And I'm like, dang, I'm trying to make sure that you don't overlap me too much. But I'm gonna do 183 here because that is the other part of the drinking package that I need to cover. And I'm gonna jump to sinking funds for right now. So some of my sinking funds look slightly different. I already bought my BFF's baby shower gift. She absolutely loved it. It came many days earlier because her registry was from Amazon. And of course, Amazon takes about 2 days to deliver. So she was excited to receive it and already went ahead and built the bassinet, which is what the gift was. So I'm happy about that. And that pretty much depleted the fund. It was probably about $40 remaining, but I moved it to something else to cover another overspend. So that kind of sums up what's happening over here. Okay, let's see. So I know I need to add $67 here. What else is going on? I'm gonna jump around again. Sorry, guys. Beauty services. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in $150 here. Oh my gosh, I don't even have $150 to add to that. What is going on? Okay. Home goodies might have to get shortened. But this is probably why I needed to up the buffer from 1900 to 2100 for reasons like this. And I said 150, I still don't even have enough to do anything else. Oh man, things are tight. Because I couldn't even fund any other sinking funds, seriously. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go out and Uber. Like, I don't think I have a choice at all. Now I'm determining where to put the last $3 as if it's something that's that significant. I'm just gonna add it to Christmas gifts. This one was hard. Okay, guys, on a brighter note, this month is a 3-paycheck month. So technically, if I do all things right as far as my monthly rollover, I will have an extra paycheck at the end of the month. So that is something to look forward to. But I will try to lay low until this trip and not ruin this budget too much. And I will see you guys after the trip, and hopefully with better budgeting habits and just a nicer looking budget. So thank you guys so much for bearing with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.